Okay, welcome back. It is Sunday, January 19th, and I said last time that we're not gonna, probably not gonna do any more pasta runs. Well, let's do one more. Uh, and this one is pretty long. It's over 2,000 kilometers. So we're going from Syracuse to Krakow in Poland to set up for next week's challenge, which is logs, if I'm not misremembering. And in Poland, there's a bunch of sawmills and woodworking locations. So hopefully get some good views and uh, and get some good trucking in next week. So hopefully we'll be able to do it today. It's pretty long. I might have to divide it up into two. I don't know. We'll see kind of how that works. But yeah, let's get going. We're still at the same place where we left off, just one day later. In-game time is 7:10 in the morning. We're gonna pick up the cargo. Oh, I can see the spot. Let's go back outside and take a look in the external camera. So yeah, so we're here with the truck, and we're gonna pick up the cargo from that location. So I'm gonna move it kind of right by the container here, get it straight, and then try to reverse it up. I'm gonna be reversing to my right hand side, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than what it usually is, but I think we're gonna be fine. So like I said, it's Sunday. I just did a workout, so I'm a little I got spaghetti arms. And if you hear any noise in the background, it's my kids playing Nintendo. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's way over there. It's gonna be difficult, but be patient with me. don't judge me. Fuck this up. Want to scratch it? Here we go. We're on a pretty good trajectory. I should straighten it out now so it doesn't turn anymore. So we just kind of keep going. I don't want to hit the fence. Oh, we turned too much. Let's go a bit forward. Okay, here we go. Looking good so far. Like, you gotta really plan ahead because you're turning the truck and the truck is turning the trailer, so you need to kind of start making the maneuver way a little bit before you actually want to have it done. I'm sure there's perfectly I'm sure there's a good fail-safe theory for this. I just haven't found. I just learned by doing, I suppose. It's kind of how I tackle all my problems in life. I'm not I don't read the manual very much. Normally I go into everything in a kind of medium-high level because I know what I want to do with, like, whether it be software or work related or whatever, and I just kind of because it's more fun and I'm not really patient with basic steps. Here we go. This looks good. Okay, truck's off. Let's load it up. Okay. It says it's going to take 1 hour and 49 minutes. So it's pretty long. Gotta get going. So yeah, so I like to go into something. I enjoy doing things that I don't know how, how they work or how to do it. And most of the time I learn by, doing, but it couldn't hurt if I, did some basic research before I got into the task. But hey, I've been doing it for 40 years. It's worked so far. Okay, I think we can make it before the dump truck. Yeah, I think we can make it before the dump truck.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
Go ahead.
Roundabout. Take the second exit.
So I learned a thing yesterday. You know how I had my suspicion about what sea
Exit
is
now.
on the coast of Italy. It's not the Atlantic Ocean. I had a kind of a. I wasn't really. I wasn't really sure when I said it, but now I know I was definitely wrong. It is not the Atlantic Ocean. Oh God. My geography skills are lacking, to say the least. But I'm learning by driving. And I noticed I pay a lot more attention to, the cities I go to, where I am on the map now that, I'm doing this with you. And talking about it, because that's kind of how I've always,
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
When I come into a subject, a really good
exit now.
An important part of the learning process for me is to talk about it, preferably to explain it to someone else, because then I can kind of test my skills. You know what I mean? Like with, it's always been like this with, no matter if it's rules of a game or, how cameras work when I was doing photography, how, electrical stuff works if I'm, selling it to some new guy or girl or whatever. Teaching always, kind of confirms whether you know it or not, because otherwise you think you know it, but when you start explaining it, then you will kind of see for sure if you know the whole theory behind it. Plus, the person you explain it to, most of the time they will ask some questions, and then you'll see if you can answer them or not. And I think that's pretty fun and interesting. So just by these couple sessions that we have been going through, I've been thinking a lot more about the cities that we're driving through. Before, when I was playing alone and not really talking about it, it was just another city, next city, just looking at the GPS, just go from A to B, don't really care about what I'm seeing. So this is a lot more fun for me too, obviously. But I haven't looked up whether or not it was a vineyard that we saw last time. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. looks like an IKEA over there. I guess they are everywhere. Look at this scene right here. Gotta go to Italy, man. So, do you have anything interesting planned for next week? For me, is I don't think it's anything in particular. Just a regular work week. You know, taking kids to their activities and whatnot. Oh, we need to be in the left lane. How are we going to get there? Oh, here we can go, maybe. After the van? You think he'll let us? Kinda let us.
Please mind the speed limit.
They want us to go 30 through that. It's a little hard. Yeah, you come from the freeway, and then 80, then you gotta slow down to 30. Kind of speed blind. We've got 2,217 kilometers left. In-game time is going to be 32 hours, 20 minutes. Real time, 1 hour and 42 minutes left. My dude needs to sleep in 6 hours and 45 minutes. We're going to need to do at least one refuel. We're going to have to sleep like 2, maybe 3 times, depending on where we find a place. So it's also going to be some night driving. That's nice. Depending on when we get to sleep. Traffic is much like in real life. It is a lot, you know, it's a lot less traffic at night. You can make some great time.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit. €10. That wasn't too bad.
Oh shit. We need to think about our trailer here. Ah, there we go. Clear.
Exit. Right.
So don't smack it into the guy. That was very nice of me, I mean. To overtake him. I hate when people do that in real
Please
life.
mind speed.
You know, they overtake you and then they go for the exit. You're like, alright, dude. Not saying that I've never done it, but I try not to. Try to piss off as few people as possible in this world. Oh, look at this. Oh, nice.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit.
I'm watching the speed limit. Ish. So the truck has got brakes, of course, and it's braking all of the wheels of the truck and also the wheels of the trailer. And then you can brake just the trailer. If it's slippery and the front of the truck starts braking, you can brake with the trailer only, so it's gonna kind of pull the whole
Go
package
straight on.
straight. And then it also has this thing called a retarder. And what that does is it retards the truck, believe it or not. And it's got 4 stages. And you can hear it when I'm clicking like this. When I want to slow down, and you start hearing this whine. I'm not a specialist on how a retarder works, but the way I understand it, there is this mechanism in the drive shaft of the truck. So the driving, this truck is rear wheel drive, so the power comes from the engine, which is like underneath you here in the cab, and then through the drive shaft to the wheels in the back. And the retarder is like placed, I think it's in the drive shaft, not sure, I can look it up. And the way I understand it is like there is this cogs or whatever, and it pumps oil into the cogs, which makes them, you know, make them have to work harder. So that slows it down. And the reason trucks have this is to not have to
Go straight on.
not to have to stay on the brakes all the time, because oh god, the brakes they have pressure that you can see here in the dashboard. There we got, that's our brake pressure for the truck. So every time I hit the brakes, pressure gets a little lower. When you hear the hissing sound, the pressure gets rebuilt. Like, look now when I'm driving and I'm revving. Maybe we'll see it. Yeah, you see how the pressure is
Left.
creeping back up?
And then turn left.
But like, say I'm coming
Turn
to
left.
a long incline going down. Oh, I'm in the right lane turning left. Shit, I bet this is illegal. Not my proudest moment. So you're going downhill in the truck. You don't want to. We are just unlucky with the traffic lights today. You don't want to stay on the brakes, you know, on and off. Oh, I'm blinking. This is even my turn. You stay on the brakes. You don't want to stay on the brakes for the entire, you know, descent, because you will empty the brake pressure. So, since the truck is so heavy, the momentum builds up, so you keep going faster and faster. If you just let it roll, so you got to stay on the brakes like all the time. So they built this retarder thing that you can enable, and it'll retard literally the wheels of the drive shaft, meaning the back
Go
wheels of the
straight
truck. It will not work on the non-driving wheels, so it will not work on the front wheels, and it will not obviously not work on the wheels of the trailer.
Keep right. And then turn right.
So you can't, like, if you use it in a turn, you can
Turn right.
easily lose control of the truck and just go tumbling off, because braking with just the rear brakes when you're carrying a trailer, though, since the weight is, you know, all over the place, in that situation, and the wheels would have to do both turning and braking in a way, it would just a recipe for disaster. It's not a good idea. But if you're going, stable and you feel that you got control of everything, the retarder really helps. You can kind of set it at a level you want. It has 4 levels of retardation.
Reroute.
No, it's 5 levels even. So if you just need to keep it a little slow to maintain the speed limit and not kind of speed downhill, you can keep it in 1 or 2. And then if you kind of need to like really stop it, you can go to 4. And then on 5, that's almost like hitting the brakes. So it's this, see this thing here on that's the retarder. Learned you a thing. Okay, let's see the travel. We're not going very far. We're just going across the... Oh yeah, we're going back to Villa San Giovanni. Let's go on this ferry ride, and then we can take a look at the map and see, look at our route. So we're here, and we just this was the ferry ride. It's the shortest ferry ride I've ever. Why don't they just build a bridge? Can you answer me that? So we're gonna go up Italy on the west coast, through. Well, I know this. It's Austria. And is this Germany? No, well, maybe. Through Brno, that's Czech Republic. I know that, I think. And then to Krakow. To Fiji is the company we're going to. Hopefully, a lot of highways, because time is not on our side today. Like I told you. May have to pause it. We'll see. Do the best I can. So yeah, so if you hear I can tell you when I enable the retarder, we're probably going to be going downhill. Sooner or later. So I got this pack installed that makes all the trailers have real life names. See this Smurfit Kappa? I think this is like such a weird name for a company. But apparently they're like the if I'm not misremembering, which I might, I'll own up to it. I might be misremembering, since both you and I know that my memory is not the best in the world. Smurfit Kappa are like packaging giants, and like, can you imagine whenever they started, like if they were in front of the wave, and then kind of online shopping just took off. Can you imagine if you had, control of I don't know, cardboard industry or whatever? They're like a giant company.
Turn right.
I googled it because I was like, is this real? And yeah, it was. So that was cool. Not that I'm a huge fan of, corporate conglomerates or anything, but it was just weird how, it's like my wife, she's working in the life science sector. And, it's these enormous companies that you've never ever heard of, because I only hear of, like, the commercial stuff that I, interact with, and the work-related stuff, I suppose.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight on.
40 even. Oh god. Now, what would I do without the women in my life? I'd be lost. Literally. And figuratively. She can be a bit dramatic, though.
Please watch the speed.
I mean the GPS. Because, like, when we arrive, you'll be able to hear it, like, if you listen in. She can go, like, it's all over now. Like, oh shit, alright. Was it that bad? And be like, finally, we're here. Like, finally? Alright. GPS. I thought you liked driving, but no. You don't have to like it. There we go. This looks like a highway. Time to get some good fuel.
Keep left.
Economy in. Come on. There we go. And how we're looking on fuel. We got fuel for about 1,400 kilometers, so we're good. What we want to do is we want to get up to 80 right here, and then we want to put it in 12th gear. I can get the here you can see our current fuel consumption live, and keep an eye on it because that thing can spike if we're going up. It can be like if carrying really heavy stuff going up a hill, you can be almost closer to 200 liters per 100 kilometers. Like, you have to excuse me if I'm confused about the kilometers. Like I said earlier, I live in Sweden, and we have this, when we're talking about distance, we're talking about, it's kind of like our version of mile. It is called, in Swedish, it is called mil. And 1 mil is 10 kilometers. So, for instance, from where I live now to where I was born, it is, so you have to think about it. It is 600 kilometers, but I wouldn't, like, talking about it in Swedish with a Swede, I would say 60 mil. So I live a bit outside the city I work in. It's about 30 kilometers. So I would say, but I never say that I live 30 kilometers from the city. I say I live, 3 mil from the city. And that's how it's always been. We almost never talk about kilometers. So if you hear that I need to think about the kilometers, then that's why, because it's just translation going up in my head, and I'm not very good with numbers. So it's all a bit confusing to me. Oh, and here, I'm in the cruise control now, and the cruise control is also utilizing the retarder. You can see the little green icon in the lower right-hand side of the dashboard. So I'm going to turn off the cruise control just to show you the icon. Now I'm turning it off, level 1. See that little green? That's the retarder. You gotta see when it's enabled, and it's doing that because if the cruise control is like adaptive cruise control, so it will maintain the distance to the vehicle in front, and so it's got, like, I suppose 3 modes. It's acceleration, just rolling, and then braking, but if it would use the brakes, it would run out of air pressure very fast. Now, if we deplete the air pressure completely, the truck won't, there'll be a warning sign and it'll say like no pressure. So we need to stop. It'll just kill the engine basically. So then you need to stop. You need to put it in neutral and just rev it. And you don't always have the possibility to, you really don't want to do that because you don't always have the time to pull over. So sometimes you just get stuck in the middle of a lane with traffic building up behind you, just sitting there going into neutral or revving to get the brake pressure up. It can be a little frustrating. Feels like we're going into an incline. We're in 12th gear doing 80, and so far the fuel consumption is pretty good. I reset the trip odometer a couple minutes after we left, and that shows me on my dashboard. I have a dashboard here in front of me, like real life dashboard that you can't see, unfortunately, and it shows me fuel levels, ETA, distance until empty, how long we have to go. You can see that in the lower corner, but our current average fuel consumption is 33 liters per 100, so not very good. We should be better with just 20 tons. But hopefully, if we stay in 80, hopefully over time it'll decrease. Depends on how steep it's going to be. Soft looking hay bales, man. Also, it has, if I choose to enable it, it has this lane hold functionality, so that it's kind of turning itself. It's pretty cool. I bought a new car not long ago. For the longest time, I had a Volvo. Before that, I had a Saab, so only Swedish cars. Except for my first one, that was a Nissan. But most of my life, I've had Swedish car. First Saab, of course. Rest in peace. Love you. Miss you. Come back anytime. Oh, hey. Gotta honk the cops, sorry. I loved the Saabs, but and they were both I had the first one I think was a 90s model, and the second one was like a 02, something like that. Pretty old cars by today's standards, at least. But they were great. They were comfortable, fast, not a speeder or anything, but everyone likes a quick car. But they were completely analog. They had a tiny little, dash thing. I wouldn't call it a screen. It was just I don't know, 40 by 10 pixels. So you could barely write text. You could see what radio station you had on. You know what I'm talking about. And then I got the Volvo. And I felt like I stepped, I was like, oh, this is a modern car. It had a much larger display. It was still only two colors. The pixels were either black or white. And it was really pixelated, so low res screen, but you know, it's fine. You could read, you could go into menus and do different kind of settings, so that was futuristic enough for me at the time. That was in 2008, I think. But most of all, that car had an automatic transmission and then a backup reversing sensor that beeps when you get close to something. And I thought that was fucking wild. Like, so comfortable you barely have to do anything. And it was I wasn't too happy with the Volvo, to be honest. It had a lot of storage space, I'll give it that. It was a V70. You could fit anything in that car, and that's what I used it for. For traveling, just with the kids, just bring it all. You don't have to prioritize anything. Just bring it. If you're like, oh, should I bring this or shouldn't I? Yeah, bring it. It'll fit. But yeah, that car got old, and then like it needed reparations. That was like way more than the value of the car. So we got into a hectic kind of what should we get situation, because I was like, I wanted that Volvo to hold up for as long as possible, because I don't really want to buy a car now, because buying a gasoline or diesel powered car just feels old. Pure gasoline, and then the electrics, they aren't man, if I got it from like the company, I'd be take one for sure, but for me to own, like, I don't know if I'm brave enough, to be honest. And I didn't know which one to get, and they are obviously insanely expensive. Because I want a car that costs nothing. So being like, I don't know, 100,000 euro for whatever, just and the range for what you get for all that money is not, it is not impressive. In fact, so here we go again. 40 mil, that would be 400 kilometers. And then and that's on a good day, like downhill, hot, wind in the back, sun in your eyes, and need to go to the bathroom. Maybe you can get that much out of it, but come January, and just no. Oh, we're getting tired. That is not me yawning. That is the guy, the character, the driver. So he needs sleep within 1 in-game hour. So now we really need to look for a place to stop and rest. So anyway, I didn't want to get an electric because it just felt too high risk, And luckily, our neighbors have pretty recently gotten a new car, and I'm not a huge Ford guy, but we ended up getting a pretty identical car to what they were having, because they were happy with it, and that's kind of weighs a lot, because they live where we live, obviously because they're our neighbors. They have kids, it's my kid's best friend, so the same age as my kids, doing about the same thing. So if they're happy, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be happy with it too. And we bought it solely out of, spec. The range of the battery is 60 kilometers on a good day, maybe 35 on, when it's cold. Shit, I need to take a look at the map. Let's see where we can rest. We need to rest like now. We're filtering resting places only. Yeah, we have one coming up here. And to go there would take us 48 minutes. Jesus. Can we... 29. But that's a... How much would it take to go here then? 1 hour. What? Well, I guess it's this or bust. You need to go fast. 48 minutes in 46 minutes. Okay, okay. We can do this. So, we ended up getting the same car. It's a Ford Kuga plug-in hybrid. So it's got a decent sized battery and also a petrol engine or gasoline. And we're very happy with it. And so, like I said, we gonna tie it back to the truck now.
Keep right, and then exit right.
We bought it out of the spec of the range and like all that, so I didn't know kind of the functionalities of the car, and I didn't even test drive. My wife test drove it, and I was like, if she's happy, then I'm happy.
Caution. Please mind the speed.
Yeah, but I need to sleep. Like, bear with me here. I'm sorry. If we don't sleep, we get a fine, and a fine is not good for our... yeah, you're getting tired. You should find a parking place to rest. I should have planned this better. So anyway, I drove to the shop where they had it, and I said, I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I sold the Volvo off. Got a decent pay for it. And then I sat down in this one with this. There we go. I was being stupid, and it didn't pay off. Damn.
Please watch the speed limit.
Here we go, retarder. And I'm gonna just tap the brakes a little bit because we're turning, and I don't want to lose control of this. You get damaged, just ruin everything. So I sat down in the new car. And I was like, what do these buttons do?
Please mind the speed.
Yes, I will mind the speed limit. I want to get another fine now. So I sat down in the car, and I was like, what do these buttons do? And the guy was like, are you serious? Because it's a futuristic car, I can tell you that much. It's got everything. It'll drive itself. Like, literally, it won't, drive up to the place where I want to go, but
straight on.
It'll stay in the lane that I want to be in. Oh, let's see. Where do we go? Oh, I think the sleeping area is... Oh, maybe it's... Oh, what is it? That's over there. So, it'll... Yeah, there we go. Another fine. Well, I'm fast enough. So we just lost one whole point just by not planning this correctly. There you go. Just a couple seconds. So anyway, the car, yeah, it is. It'll stay in the lane. It'll hold the distance like this one does. Hold the distance to the car in front of it. Turn on and off the headlights automatically, like when another car comes. Okay, we're rested. We are a little bit ashamed and we're at a loss for points. But we will not let that stop us. No way. We don't really need fuel, so I think we need to turn around a little bit too much to get into the gas station. I'll see if it's... I mean, if we refuel here, we don't have to refuel at the next stop. However, we need to sleep. We will be able to need to sleep. One more time. Yeah, we'll get the fuel on the next. I'm gonna have to eat this. Mark my words. So yeah, the car is, man, it is. And it's all screens and like. And I didn't even know cars could do that. I'm obviously, as you probably understand by now, I'm not a car person. Like, I'm not interested. They can and can't do, as long as they work.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit.
Okay, 1.5 points. Jesus Christ. I'm just just mangling this. There's a cop car right behind us. Same place. Oh my god. Okay, from now on, do better. It's like... still right behind me. I bet you he could find me again. I feel like an idiot right now. So, 2,000 kilometers, that is potentially 3 points. And I have gotten 3 tickets already. So I'm already down 1.5 points. So from here, I only have the max potential of 1.5 points from this delivery. So I need to be really careful now. If you don't know, I am doing a cargo challenge thing for 2025. Once a week, it is a new cargo type that needs to be delivered. You get 1 point for each delivery. You get 1 extra point for every 1,000 kilometers the job exceeds, and then you get 0.5 points reduction for a ticket, and you get 1 point reduction for every instance of damage. So since I have 3 tickets, I will get a reduction of 1.5 points on this delivery. Well, I need to take a look at my lights adjustments. There we go. Roof and front auxiliary. So got a bunch of extra lights on the truck, and if I don't enable them, they will not light up when I hit the... So now you can hear the retarder. I'll pull the window down, you can hear it whining. This is what it sounds like. And the retarder will disable automatically if I hit the accelerator. So that way you don't have to turn it on and off all the time. Like if you're going down these, these serpentine roads in, like, I want to say Switzerland. It'll... Sometimes you hit a stretch where it's actually, if you're going in generally downward slope. But every now and then you'll hit like it'll go neutral or even a slight incline. You'll just have to hit the gas again, but you don't have to turn off the retarder, so you can always leave that at like the whatever setting you want it to. And then as soon as you let off the accelerator, the retarder will kick in again. Man, it's so easy to get a fine. Like, all you have to do is be stupid for a little bit. You gotta be smart constantly. But this is nice. Nice driving. Night driving is, I really like it. Got my, my poppies lighting up. Wife is glowing, as always. Oh, and I can tell you a story about the other things here in the cab. So there's a Nintendo Switch here over there. Story behind the Switch is my my daughter. She had this. She wanted one, but since I'm a strict father, of course, I wasn't just gonna give it to her. But then she got this offer to, I don't know if you have that wherever you live, but she got this offer to sell, like around Christmas they sell, like she walks around with a catalog and asks, you know, people in the neighborhood if you want to buy something from the catalog. They tell her what they want to buy, and then she get this huge order. She sends it into this company. The company sends the stuff to her to hand out, and they pay her, and we send the money to the company. And it's always like some charity thing, so it's not like pure sales. Because then that wouldn't, right? I don't know, that wouldn't feel right, you know. So like this year, the charity where a bunch of the money went to was the I want to say snow leopard. I think it was that. And then, so she doesn't get paid in cash, you know, by them for her work, but she get these. There are these different premiums. One of them is like there are different levels for, you know, if you sell for this and this much, you get like the first level is like pencils, you know, scrunchy hair bands, if you're familiar with those, like cheap, kind of cheap things, you know, pretty little coloring books or that kind of level. And then the next level is, you know, maybe a nice shirt or school bag, or, you know, a little bit more, a little bit nicer, and then it keeps going up and up and up. And like the top level is like a full-on gaming PC, which was pretty nice. It was pretty well spec, but for that you have to sell for. Let me do some. We deal in Swedish crowns, and 10 Swedish crowns is like almost €1, somewhere around that. And she sold stuff for, I want to say, 1,000 euros, and that landed her, because she had her eyes set. She saw that it was like the second highest or third from the top level was a Nintendo Switch. So she had her mind set to get one, and she was out like early, sold to a bunch of stuff to a bunch of people. Like, my wife had to make multiple spreadsheets just to keep track of it. And yeah, she earned herself a Nintendo Switch. So that's the story behind that. And whenever we race, you know, I am, of course, Bowser. That's why he's on the screen. And then she wanted, she got the controllers in the color schemes you wanted. Okay, let's keep going right to left. Phone screen, like I said before, my beautiful wife, and then we have the Swedish and Finnish flag pin, and that is just an appreciation for a friend of mine, Juru, that I like to play games with. Next pin is Bowser and Shy Guy from the Nintendo verse. When we play, like I said, I play Bowser, my wife plays Shy Guy, so that's these represent me chasing after her in the game and in real life. Next pin is it's a space. I don't know if you can see it. It is a Space Marine pin. I kind of like the whole universe, and then we played Space Marine 2 a couple weeks ago. Just a bunch of fun. So I wanted a pin for that. And then up here is the Odin icon from my game. And the owl, Raoul, the dyslexic Greek owl. I got him. There was this event that the game. So game developers of this game, SCS Software, they have these community events where you can do different things, accomplish different things to get, rewards like these kind of in-game trinkets. And to get Raoul, I had to deliver. It was when the DLC for Greece released. You had to do a delivery of at least 200 kilometers to or from every city in the Greece DLC. I think it's like 15 cities or something. There's nothing too major. Finished it over Christmas, and I got him as a little, companion. I really like him. So yeah, that's the cab, and then of course the poppies for that. Got to keep a fresh smell in here.
Caution.
Sherry, of course.
Please mind the speed limit.
Okay, retarders off. Let's see if we can just coast right through here. Yep. And here we go. Nice. So trip-wise, we got 1,500 kilometers to go. 1 hour and 9 minutes of real life time. I think we'll be able to do it. But I've been recording for almost an hour. I think I'm gonna have to make it a two-parter. I don't know if I can upload, a 2-hour-long video. I feel like I've been riding with this Kegel trailer and this white bus for forever.
Exit right. Exit right.
I'll go for a little bit, and then I'll make a cut. And I'll make a part 2. Just so I don't overheat the server. This is a good place to stop. Pull it over here. I don't even know if I can get in here. No, maybe not. I'll just stop it here. Okay. So I'm gonna cut it and just start part 2 right here. All right? See you soon.